Hey, what's up, fam? The second chapter now for the series that I've been recommending to people, hoping people can get into, and it's been working so far. Everyone that got to try the first chapter has been interested enough to keep going, just off of the pure surprise they get from Chainsaw Man. The manga I knew was gonna be weird after seeing that the guy who made it is the one that made Fire Punch, but oddly enough, in the second chapters you usually get just a little bit more action-based display, a little bit more just kind of showing the main character do stuff. Since the first chapter usually is the setup to the initial reveal and drop of who the main character is and like what they can do and all that. Just like the normal stuff that everyone's used to. That just it's a standard, but it's a standard that people like. But this one we got a little bit of that, but Denji more like we got more about character and a little bit about the Devil Hunter organization, which I liked a lot actually. So at the start, it seemed pretty nice. He's talking to the girl Makima, and she's being really nice, just completely like seeming like a nice person. And he's like hungry, and she's like, "Yeah, I'll get you some food. Cool, let's go. Let's stop by and get something. I'll pay for it. It's all nice." And right when they're getting like their food order ready, like this guy, he says like his daughter was kidnapped by a devil and dragged into the woods, that he was looking for some help. Makima's like, "Oh yeah, cool, yeah, I'll have my guy on it." And sends Denji in, and she's like, "Oh well, I don't want to go because my food will get like soggy, so you go." And he's like, "Well, I got food too." And I was like, even without like the rest of the chapter, I'm just like, Denji, just go. She's buying you food, and you're not dead right now, and you're probably getting a job. Just why aren't you going to do it? I think he was just kind of nervous, a little bit not understanding the situation. But when he was like kind of questioning it, she was like explaining they have a very much as she said they like master and pet situation going on, and how she doesn't need a pet that doesn't listen. He's just like, "All right, I'm on it." Runs off in the woods. I mean, it sounds like it would be bad, like this, the idea of being essentially a slave to someone, but it's better than what he was in chapter one, where he was like this everyday living close to getting killed by the mob for massive debt, versus now he just has to kind of listen to someone. And even without it, otherwise she would have, it was between this and she would have had to kill him, because he's this kind of hybrid of human and devil. And actually, there was a really cool bit earlier in the chapter where, when he was explaining exactly how he got his abilities, she said that it's not uncommon. There are cases like that. It's not enough yet to that has a name, but that with that kind of explanation, that means that there are other characters that have a hybrid existence similar to what Denji has. And I thought that was a really nice setup actually, to both kind of be like, oh yeah, we're gonna get more of these hybrids, but it's not gonna be all over the place. Maybe it will be at some point. They're still pretty new. We don't know a lot about them, so there'll still be stuff to be explored, which is pretty cool. But while he was like running out, like trying to do his job, he's got a little sad because he just remembered that his pet Buchita's dead, his little demon chainsaw dog. It made a little bummed, but when he came across the little girl, she seemed pretty nice, like hanging out with this devil. This little devil, it looks like just like a big worm with an eyeball. And she's saying how like her dad is abusive, and this little devil came to help her. And Denji was just like, well, he's having flashbacks of him with Puchita, his little devil buddy. And he's like, well, just run away. You guys can try and figure out a better life. You don't need to go back to such a bad situation. And when that kind of was happening, the devil transformed. It just looks like a big mass of muscles, and it's got these big gangly teeth and scattered eyeballs. Just looks really gross. And it's actually controlling the little girl. It's like possessed her almost. It's like merged with her. It's like a little muscle demon, and was ready to kill Denji. It actually seemed like it was like some like nefarious trick. It was a shame because Denji, it was showing some nice character for Denji, showing like he's very understanding. He's like, hey, it can be better. You can try and just have a better life. live with this nice little devil, because he obviously already knows that all devils aren't evil. There's clearly some nice ones. They just have to. I'm sure there's just a bit of an understanding gap between them. So, but Denji's already kind of figured that out. But it was unfortunate when he's like trying to acknowledge that this devil just turns against him, and he's like, you know what? Fuck it, and he like with using his teeth pulls up on the starter cord on his chest, pulled out his chainsaws, which just like erupt from his hands and obviously his head, and just slices him apart. And not only that, we actually got a little bit more about his powers in this chapter as well, just a tiny bit. He's saying how afterwards he's a little bit anemic, like he's a little lost for energy because his chainsaws, the way that they come out, it's kind of like Wolverine, where it's not like they form, they like split open, and but he loses blood when it happens, and then he heals. So you also got a little explanation of like the transformation and more kind of like ruptures out of his body, as well as afterwards he heals back up. So that just kind of further continues that just on a little bit of side abilities as he's got some nice healing. And then when he comes back, Makima's a little bit nicer to him for getting that, for doing his job. She seemed pretty pleased with him being successful, and that was nice for him. Even though she seems a little bit crazy, she's just in that a legitimate mindset where she treats him like a pet, and he's a bad pet. She doesn't want around good pet. She gives him rewards. Again, it's better than what he had before. So Denji just, I'm sure throughout the series, Makima will become nicer, and this situation won't stay the same. But just hold on for now, dude. Just hold on for now, dude. Do nice things. Don't fuck it up. But as I was saying before, I really like the series already. It's interesting. It's got some nice characters to it, some nice like layouts of the abilities and some designs, and I like the weirdness of the monsters. And I look forward, actually. This is definitely already one of the series that I look forward to the most in Shonen Jump. So hopefully it does well in numbers and doesn't get canceled. So but if you like it, tell me. If you don't like it, just drop a comment, tell me why. I'd be interested to hear because I really like it so far. And I'd hope that if you're interested after this review, you check it out or you'd recommend it to some friends. But otherwise, that's mostly it for this review. Just some nice character development, a little bit more about his powers and some of the world with other monsters and whatnot. But otherwise, if you enjoy this kind of content, like the video, subscribe to the channel, check out my other videos. And those who already subscribed, appreciate it. Thank you very much. And thank you everyone for listening.